this week's episode of Tech Talk. I'm your host, Michael Amorgan. And with us this week, we have our co-hosts, Vicquell.
Hello.
And Chris. Hey. So, last week we ended off in a slightly weirder place because Vicquell ended off asking what is Airbnb, and that kind of took me a little bit by surprise. I explained it essentially, and but the real thing that we wanted to get into was what they recently brought on, which was Airbnb Plus, which is for the people who are booking the rooms. And then there's something called SuperHost, I think. And that's for the people who are like actually house the places and are subletting them out to the Airbnbers. And yes, Jay Bruce, I know you like it weird. But Vicky, why are you laughing so much? You're making me laugh.
I was laughing at the guy's comment.
Okay, so right. Essentially, Airbnb Plus is supposed to be like a new hotel-like service. If I'm reading it correctly, every B&B Plus home is one of a kind, thoughtfully designed and equipped with a standard set of amenities. Whether you're in a private room or have the entire place to yourself, all Airbnb Plus homes are visited in person to ensure comfort, consistency, and design. They are checked for 100 plus things that guests told us that they love, from must-have amenities to the art on the walls. And it apparently has the properties must have a 4.8 to 5-star rating or higher. I don't know how you get higher than 5-star, but I guess that's a thing.
I guess 2018 we're going to 10 stars.
Maybe. Now, they say that it's thoughtfully designed, so it has a cohesive interior design with personal touches. Okay, I don't know how it's going to be personal when it's changing all the time. Well, the person's changing all the time. The layout of the furniture is thoughtfully arranged and not cluttered. Design elements like artwork and photographs that reflect the host's style and personality. Each check-in, such as a lockbox, digital lock, keyboard, or in-person handoff. I'm not sure I understand the phrasing of keyboard inside there. The beds are elevated off the floor and have flat mattresses, soft matching linens, and 2 sleeping pillows for every guest. Private bedrooms have a private bathroom with a bathtub or shower. They are well equipped with fast Wi-Fi with download speeds of at least 5 megabits per second. Printed house manual includes host and emergency contact information, Wi-Fi password and checkout procedures, and the TV with remote control with access to entertainment such as cable, Netflix, or Roku. And of course, the areas have to be well maintained, like the outdoor areas are well kept with no overgrowth or dead plants. Entrances to the listing are clean and illuminated, and the door to listing closes properly and has a lock. I think that last one's kind of an essential amenity.
Yeah, it is.
All that is nice, right? But these places look nice. Like, oh my god. Oh my god. These places.
Wait, you've actually seen some of these places, like on Airbnb?
I'm looking at it now. Looking at it now. I pulled up their site and I'm looking at their plus offerings, and oh my god, this is Hangout Rooftop Patio in Chicago. 50 per night, and this is amazing. What is this? Wow.
Oh, we got a tree house. Well, not.
Like, some of these are really, really nice. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Okay, so what in these are really catching your attention though? You're just saying that they're nice.
Yeah, it looks like, when you see a nice home, right? It looks nice. I mean, what do you want me to say?
Like, just,
what do you want me to tell you?
what grabs your attention?
Oh, man, this peach wall looks awesome. Who cares about the peach wall? The entire home looks nice. Like, it looks very nice, very clean. Like, I would definitely stay in these places. Like, without, like, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, yes, I'll definitely stay there.
Versus like a hotel.
Better than a lot of hotels. Because hotels, they kind of have that, like, fake feel to it. But I get what they're saying by personal touch. Like, these places look like a home. So, this is nice.
They have an off-the-grid home? Eh?
Okay, so... Yeah.
But, oh, look at that view! Oh my god! Wow!
Okay, so...
I'm over Airbnb Plus. Like, at first I was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Now I'm just like, yes, this is... They have a gym. I'm like, yes, this is just...
So let's take a quick look, see what these places actually look like. Where are you looking right now? Like,
I'm on their site, Airbnb Select, and I selected Plus. The Plus
no,
homes.
like where? Like which house? Oh, okay.
They're right there. Like, they have like a bunch. I'm just scrolling through on my phone. This one is in Japanese.
Ooh.
Okay, that's the one I think I clicked on, but then for whatever reason it took me and opened it up on the other site. Or this could then come out in Spanish. What the hell? Anyway. So touring this house, living room.
You click the right side?
Yeah, it
Why
does.
is it in English?
No, depending on the home you click. If you click a Spanish home, it's gonna show you Spanish text. Like, I'm looking at Japanese home now and showing me, like, all the stuff that the owner put is in Japanese because it's a Japanese home. Oh, they have the Wi-Fi password on a chalkboard. That's so cute.
You know, I will admit, these, like, the photos themselves are alluring.
Oh, really
Like,
nice.
these are really well photographed.
They got
So-
the field. That's going on. Jeez.
Yeah, even like the $90 a night homes look good. But they look appealing.
There was some $50 night homes that looked crazy. This $39 a night, and this has a ridiculous view. What? What is this? Why?
Is it in a good area?
It seems like it's in a good area.
This is a nice home. I could see myself living one of these one day. Nice. Oh, see exactly what I want. A nice loft.
These are really nice. I will admit. They're well designed, well thought out. They have pretty much all the amenities that you need. The design is nice. I can see why they're doing this.
And you was trying to crap on these people earlier. Come on.
How was I trying to crap on these people?
Yeah. You was building
Vicky, help! Vicky, help me up here. Help me out here. I was not. I was not.
Yes. Come on. I know that's not in your voice. You was building up to that. Like, oh, these don't seem that much different from what they're having. Like, you was all, I could feel it coming. I could feel you building yourself up to saying that.
What's really nice is that they have like these kind of themes to it, like poolside homes, knockout kitchens, big backyards. Let's see what else do they got? Peaceful
I look
patios,
inside this home. I'm like, oh man,
endless
home looks
views.
so beautiful. Then they show the outside. They need to remove that picture of the outside because like from the outside, it's like this just looked like a stone trailer house. Like, I don't know why. This
Oh my god.
elegant bungalow. Inside is ridiculous nice. This looked like the inside of RV.
Lovely,
It
lost,
may be.
awesome architecture. Okay, I'm a sucker for architecture.
I don't care what people say. It's an RV. They took a picture outside. It's an RV.
God.
These people have an RV for $75 per night. Hell no. Hell no.
Why?
On the go.
This is annoying now. Like, I'm trying to take it to.
It's better on mobile. It is so much better on mobile. I'm looking at it, the desktop, and it's terrible. On mobile though, mobile is nice.
But
You have a
I mean-
a tree house for $226 per night, and it looks amazing.
But okay, no joke. A pool table. Like, this place has a friggin' pool table inside of it.
Yeah, because you're gonna be there with like all your friends, and you guys gonna want to play pool.
But
I have no friends.
Why?
I guess. Why you going there by yourself? You still think that place is like? I
No.
have that. And you're going to friends. Going to
That
RV. They have an RV for like
no,
75.
Chris, that is quite literally the beginning of a horror movie right there. In a big ass barn house by yourself.
And the first thing we do, first night, is watch a horror movie.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah. I'll admit these places are nice.
They're
These
nice.
are...
I'm all down for Airbnb. Plus, this is yes, yeah. I'm down.
Wooden toilet seats, unless that's like a scam.
I'm not down for that. I'm not down for that. That's gross. That's nasty.
This
Toilet seats, no.
this yeah, but it seems they're going for the wood aesthetic
it's
over
not,
it.
Yeah, I get that, but no.
The backyard is really
Like, is that
okay.
actually
That's...
wood, or is that like just a
I
design?
don't know.
I would need to know this before I use it.
I don't know. That's kind of weird. Anyway, so
A little cottage, man. A little cottage, so cute.
so Jay Bruce is saying that at the beginning of the horror movies, when you and your friends they get picked off one by one.
No, the beginning is the setup. So setup. You get to know all the who's what, and then later on down you start getting off one by one. Like after the first night, like you guaranteed the first night, fine. Like the first night, that's your night to live. After that, anyone can die.
After that, you guys are comfortable. That you ended up going by the lake during the daytime. Everyone's already seen everything. Then nighttime comes and it's your time to die. So the next thing, after being wowed by the Airbnb Plus places that are for rent or sublet or whatever it is that you call them, booking. I think I'm going to stick with booking.
Yeah, booking as well.
Yeah. Then there are requirements for AirPlus hosts, which it's well reviewed, again, from the 4.8 average rating from guests or higher. I think that's where the or higher came in. It is welcoming, which means that it accepts 95% of the booking requests, and that they are committed, which means that they don't have any cancellations in the past year as a host, which I think is interesting. But at the same time, there seem to be quite a lot of places that have already been listed, so I think they could probably manage, though most of these are in Japanese, what it seems like.
Well, I guess we're going to Japan.
I guess so. So question, would you go here versus a hotel?
Yes.
Yep.
How is this a question?
Okay, so then it's the next part, which is the SuperHost, which I did get the name right. SuperHosts are experienced hosts who provide a shining example for other hosts and extraordinary experiences for their guests. Once a host reaches SuperHost status, a badge will be automatically appearing on their listing and profile to help you identify them. So they check the SuperHost activity 4 times a year to ensure that the program highlights the people who are most dedicated to providing outstanding hospitality. They do have terms and conditions, and Airbnb still does not endorse or sponsor them or their listings. But the program, for the most part, is allowing people to get recognized for being that upstanding host. So there's supposed to be over 400,000 hosts who go above and beyond, and they want to highlight those persons.
These requirements crazy to me. I mean, I guess it's nice.
I mean, it kind of does make sense, and so it goes almost hand in hand with the plus stuff, because you have to be highly rated, 4.8 or above, instead of the 95% responsive. Well, yeah, 95%. Anyway, it's a 90% response rate within 24 hours that the host has to be. They have to have 10 or more stays a year. And again, the 0 cancellations, that you have to honor every reservation unless there's an extenuating circumstance. And they say that these extra efforts deserve extra benefits. So they're saying that you can earn 22% more than other hosts and benefit from a variety of rewards, such as a search filter, which a dedicated filter enables guests to narrow down their search to superhosts. There's the Airbnb Plus. They're one of the first to be considered for it. There's increased marketing, so you get featured across Airbnb for the guest homepage and emails to SuperHost call out in your listing page. And you also get early access into new programs and test products before they launch. And there's supposed to be more benefits coming, like a custom URL, yearly bonus. So that's pretty much saying that for each consecutive year of achieving SuperHost status, you can choose between $100 in travel credit or one free professional photography session. You also get search optimization and Nest product exclusives, which are really nice when you think about it, because then that's doorbell, that's lighting. I think they have something else. I don't remember what. Is Google Home included in that yet?
Google owns Nest, pretty much. I mean, they're in bed together.
Yeah, they are, but
nothing. They're in bed together.
They only mention Nest, though. They don't mention anything about Google.
Don't worry about that. Google and Nest are in bed together. I'm telling you. Like, we've known this.
Yes, MP.
Because remember, they pulled all the devices off Amazon.
Yeah, they did actually, which stirs up the drama.
Why are you struggling with this? Why is this like? Oh my god, I don't know. They pulled all the devices. They're like, Nest, come off Amazon because we're not getting along with you. Like, nah.
But then they're starting up the whole drama again. They were trying to sort things out. Like, they started accepting some of the stuff, and then now they're pulling the stuff off again. What the hell?
No. The first part of the drama was Amazon was not listing Google devices on there. And now Google is saying, well, guess what? The stuff that you do have on there, yeah, we're going to pull that. It's a third-party thing, Nest. Like, Nest isn't a Google product, but Nest and Google are partnering together for a lot of things. Like, Nest has way better integration with Google Home than it does with any other device. It can connect to other devices, but the primary, like, their partner is Google, and they market with Google Home. So, yeah, Google was like, listen, if Amazon can sell us, y'all need to, who y'all for, us or them? And Nest is like, yeah, we with y'all, so buy Amazon. Oh, man.
You're enjoying this too much.
It is hilarious. It is great. It is.
There's the Nest
big companies acting like little children.
It's just fun.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like drama? I mean, we all watch drama. That's why we watch TV. We watch TV for drama, and here is drama between two big, giant tech companies.
Acting like little children.
Who cares?
But okay, remind me if the timeline's correct. Amazon stopped listing Google stuff. Google pulled YouTube. Amazon started listing stuff again. Now Google's pulling Nest? I thought they had started listing like Google Chrome stuff.
No. Amazon only listed a few things, and then Amazon had talks about maybe listing something else from Google, and Google was like, just sitting there looking at them like, y'all serious? Y'all really serious? Y'all really expect us to fall for this? Because y'all are surface level trying to show a good foot, but y'all ain't really trying to show a good, like, put a good foot forward. Because there are a bunch of other devices and stuff like that Amazon will just never sell. I never want to sell. Like, straight up Google products. Like, they're not ever going to put the Google Home on Amazon. Like, no, they're not going to do that. So, because of stuff like that, Google's like, you're not being genuine. You're just trying to pacify this because, you don't want to lose YouTube. Come on, Nest, let's go.
Okay, fair enough.
I can't blame them for that.
They're not on good terms. Like, they've never been on good terms. They've only been trying to, like, be peaceful.
The weird thing about it is Google and Apple have a better relationship than Google and Amazon at this point.
Apple is not a threat to anyone.
No, I won't even lie. Not gonna lie.
Apple's not a threat to anyone.
I'll put in there like in their little own bubble.
Exactly. Apple and their little they're all their little users inside their little walled off garden, and that's it. That's what they are.
My automatically went on the video too.
So they close off on the rest of the world. I mean, they'll come out, they'll resurface after like 10 years and be like, wait, what? Where did all this stuff come from? Yeah, we had this from like 20 years ago. You guys are stuck in your little ecosystem while everyone else was growing and getting better. So,
oh my gosh,
we'll see them in the next like 10, 15 years.
But at this,
I'm cool.
the same time though, like people are still taking stuff from Apple. Like, look at the notch and what's happening with Android right now. And
wait,
like,
look at the what?
The notch.
Oh.
The horrible notch.
Yeah, okay, so no one of importance is doing the notch.
How is no one of importance? Like, didn't you send like an image like not so long ago showing like a bunch of
those phones were important phones or big phones that people are waiting for. Like,
he's essentially saying that they weren't like Samsung phones or Google phones, like the big companies.
Exactly. They're not like main headline phones that people like wait to hear about. They'd be like, okay, I'll hold off from buying a phone because I want to hear about this phone. They're phones that people go in the store, they see, and they're just like, oh, okay, I just
I need a little phone. Yep.
That's just what they are. They're not like big. They're not they're not flagship phones.
Okay, I can admit to that. I can definitely admit to that.
So yeah, we really don't care about no one of importance is doing notches.
I'm waiting to see how long this notch is going to last.
I hope it dies quickly.
The next iPhone, I can guarantee the next iPhone is not gonna have a notch in it.
Well, they're saying the one from 2019 is gonna either have a smaller one or no notch.
No notch.
I'm pretty sure it's not no notch. I think they're gonna move away from that entire design, to be honest.
I hope so.
We'll see what happens when they do their WWDC if they release the new iPads this year.
I mean,
if they change the iPad design, then the iPad design will reflect the iPhones for later to come.
They better not have a flipping notch on them.
You read my mind. Can you imagine a big jumbo thing with one little notch?
I mean, that is a notch. No, that'd be the best thing ever.
No. That would look so horrible. So horrible.
Yes. I hope it's just the screen with small buttons.
I really hope they do the notch. Oh, and I want to be like the big iPhone screen, like the big iPad screen, and then it's like the same size as what it is on the iPhone. It'd be great. It'd be so perfect. I would cry. I would cry with laughter.
But I could see them removing the home button for the next iPads, because like they have with iOS 11, there's like a bunch of like little gestures, so like you barely use the home button. I could see that happening.
Yeah, the gestures seem like they fit on an iPad a little bit better.
Yes.
I'm all for gestures.
I use the gestures on my iPad more than my home button, so I have no issues with them there. But it's good to have two options. Only me feel that way.
No, actually she's not, because I know a lot of people who just don't use their home button and they use the soft button. Who use the soft.
Everyone else waiting for mommy and daddy to tell them what to do.
I feel like he's stuck in what's the place called inside Darwin of Franks? We're in the garden. Essentially.
I think I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the name of it.
The Dome. Yeah, I don't remember the name, but I feel like we're there. And we're waiting on like our big bosses to tell us what to do.
Yep.
But I mean, when you think about it, there were people who just don't use the home button at all, and they use the software version of it that like floats around on the screen, which I always thought would look dumb. But
me too. I always thought it was so retarded. And like when you used to take photos and stuff like that, they used to be there. I'm still like, But they fixed that. So like if you're updated to iOS 11 and you take screenshots, it's no longer on the screen.
Well, that's good. It's about time, but it still looks dumb to me. Like the only reason why you should be using it is if your home button doesn't work, and that's no longer the case, because then it's just one. There's no like breaking the button anymore since it's stable. So,
I know like a few persons used to have a fear of their home button going bad, so they used to use that.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all could just have soft keys. Oh, but then that would make y'all too much like Android. Hey, too bad. Sorry.
Oh well. Shrug.
Now, here's a question, guys. Do people still pirate apps for smartphones?
Yeah. You have like those who do people still pirate Pokemon Go? And you have like the Snapchat Plus, and then like
you have a bunch of weird apps out there.
Yeah, that people still pirate.
Well, okay.
People will always pirate stuff. If you put a price on something, there's gonna be a group of people who are gonna be like, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna offer this for free.
Yep. I like those group of people.
Oh, so you're in bed with those kind of people then?
No, I don't pirate apps. I don't know. I don't see actually no. I see persons that have a need to pirate apps, but for me, not 100%. Like if it's like smartphone apps,
I
then
don't know about pirating now, because until y'all do y'all stuff inside other countries, then I mean, what you think that country can do? That entire country can pirate your stuff. I mean, that's just the result. That's what happens. So if they want to stop people from pirating, they will have to branch out to our countries. Because if you're in Latin America, pirating is like your literally go-to for a lot of apps and a lot of
yeah. I don't have that issue because my app store is set up to the States.
Yeah, no one talking about you. You're talking about millions of other people who their only choice is pirating.
I love to pirate apps. But yeah, I think when I had my Android, I used to download like a lot of APKs. I can't even lie.
I know for me,
but I mean,
when I first started, I did.
Aren't really pirating so much, unless like you
have
to pay a fee in order to buy it. If you have to pay a fee to buy it, then yeah. But you have a lot of apps where they moved from buying it outright to subscription services. So even if you download the APK, you still have to pay a subscription service. So you're not really pirating in that case.
Well, there are some apps that kind of circumvent that subscription as well.
Yeah, for circumventing the subscription, then yes, it's definitely. I would consider that a pirate app. Then.
Now, I'll admit, I used to pirate apps. I did it originally on my iPhone when iPhones first came out, and then when I switched over to Android, I did the exact same thing. Until I had a bit more stable income, and then I just buy my stuff. I started to feel a little guilty. But I mean, there is one particular company that I no longer can probably use that game anymore, because when I actually connected to my stuff, they did it in a way that they figured out that I was using certain methods, and so I'm in the negative with them. So I can't, even if I like buy coins.
In the negative. This makes it sound like a bank account. In the negative.
Who's in their bad books?
Like I know, right? Like what gaming companies like tracking their users? Like, oh man, yeah, you get positive points, for being a good, player, and now, oh no, you're not doing this, or you start taking away some points, and they take away so much points, you end up in a negative. And it's like,
yeah, I think it was Dungeon Hunter or something like that. Like, I just racked up a certain amount of coins or whatever it was.
Oh, and then stealing from them.
No, I wasn't. It's not like I can actually then like sell that money or anything like that. And
so, but they're trying to sell it to you, which you got
exactly.
So you stole from them.
But yeah, so I connected it eventually to the online session, tried to go legit, and then I logged in one day and it was like, hey, you're a few thousand in the negative. I'm like, I'm not playing you anymore.
Rookie mistake. You never do that. You never take that account and then go legit with that account. You never do that. You create a whole new account and then you just support that new account with the other one. That's what you do.
Now, sorry, go
for
on.
me, the only time I'd really pay for an app is that, I really like the app and their funding isn't 100% there for them to keep the app afloat. So like the only way they can keep things going is for someone to like donate or pay money for it. Then like understandable. Nah, some much, some apps, I wouldn't pay, but others, I don't mind. Like if I use it every day, I really don't mind giving you like a little donation to support your page or support your app.
No problem paying for an app. My only thing is availability. That is it. There are a lot of apps that just, quite frankly, aren't available in certain regions, and that's ridiculous.
And it's annoying.
I actually got into an argument with. I got into an argument with Google about that, especially with the books thing. Because then, like, I had access to books before they like locked it regionally. Then I went to the States, and like I was able to use everything. And then I came back, and then it stopped working.
Yeah, because of the licensing. It's always legal stuff. So their hands are tied because of legal stuff. Like their lawyers tell them, like, no, you need to block this because we're not going to take any possible like lawsuits from the property owners, because the property owners are like, oh, we're not licensed, or you're not licensed to sell this product or to provide this product in this region. Like that legit happens. Like that happens for real. I can tell you, working with a retailer, like there's a lot of times when brands would be like, oh, it's an online store, so they'll tell you like, no, you can't sell our brand inside this region, period. You can only sell it inside this region. That's it. That's the only place we'll allow you to sell it to. And they mean that. Like they legit, they will come and they'll say, we will pull our brand from you if you don't comply. And at that point, you're just like, okay.
I need your money, so I'm just gonna pull this off the website and not comply with you. Yep.
Exactly. When a lot of these different services have to rely on other brands and entities, whatever, and they're trying to, and they have a relationship. They have a symbiotic relationship where they're providing their stuff to people, and the people are paying them, and they just divvy up and things like that. So they need those brands, those entities, those people to exist on their app. And if those brands and entities say, I don't want, and if a significant number of them say, we only will let you play this or show this content in these areas, then that's it. I mean, they can't really do much about that. But again, it's hurting them. They could make way more money, but it's, as long as that exists, then people can be pirating this stuff, and it hurts the brands and the people who want to get this stuff out there. Like, I mean, money is money, so I don't understand.
That's essentially it. Because then my argument to them was, okay, well, the bank account that I'm buying this stuff on is a US bank account. It's listed as a US address. My account is listed as a US address, as a US account. But here's the thing.
They're still providing it to a completely different region, so...
Here's the thing, though, Chris.
It's not about who you are as a person, it's about where you are located.
Right, and the fact that there are people that switch between places.
Yeah, well, then you should have thought about that before you moved.
But here's the thing. No, here's the thing. I put up the fact that I was able to purchase this stuff before they locked me out and whatnot. It just came back on my phone a few days ago. They literally went back and reversed it. I'm now able to go and purchase books, read books.
Legally. Yay!
That's nice.
So, I mean, if they do lock you out, that could be a means to get it back. If you've already purchased stuff. But there is another thing that's happening. People are, with the whole circumventing the subscribing thing, there's people who have been using the pirated version of Spotify to circumvent the subscription that you'd have been using. Which is kind of cheap. I think it's, what, $9.99 a month?
Spotify is $9.99 a month?
Less than that. Well, yeah, I think it's $9.99. Yeah, it's like $10.
$1 a month? That's already not that bad.
Wait,
$10
$10 a month.
Can you math? Can you math?
Vicky.
What's 2 plus 3?
Oh, I thought Michael said it is $1 a month. Never mind.
It's $9.99 a month.
Yeah.
Oh.
$10.
Oh, I thought you
Maybe
said 99
she.
cents a month.
Yeah, I think she heard the 99.
Yeah. It's $10.
But I mean, it's still $10, and admittedly, there could be some people out there who just like strap for it and want the service. But then there's the free version that just plays a few ads and you're still good.
Spotify in some countries has ridiculous packages, like where you can get like a family pack for like $15, and you have like 6 people on it. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like it's crazy. In some, I forget where it is. It's some, I think in India. Let me see if I can find it. Like
That kind of makes
Spotify.
sense.
Is it around areas where the uses are at a higher amount? Is that the reason why they offer family packages in certain places? You know, that makes sense for them to do.
I think they're blocking me out. Oh,
But whilst Chris is searching that up, essentially what Spotify is doing is emailing those persons who are circumventing the subscription because they have to log in with their email account. So what they're doing is they're sending them an email saying that there's abnormal behavior on their account. And what people are saying is that, you know, if this continues, they're probably going to end up suspending the account or terminating the account on a whole. Meaning you'd have to go in with a completely new email address, set things up, and actually go legit, or just go legit, period. So
okay, so essentially this is the UK version. UK Premium for Family. It's $15 per month. Anyone who lives in the same address can use it. You get individual accounts, so everyone gets to play their own music. Everyone has their own playlist, so it's like everyone has their own individual accounts. And there's only one bill, and it covers everyone in the plan for up to 5 people who reside in the same address.
that's not bad.
Not at all. It's pretty amazing. I can't get to see more. Disappointment. Okay, thanks guys. That's not. Yeah, but yeah, that's not bad at all.
I'm actually that's one thing I'm really liking, this whole family sharing thing that a lot of places are starting to adapt to. Amazon, Google, Spotify, I think Apple has it as well.
Yes, we do.
I'm trying to remember any other places that have it.
That means Apple could soon be just charging one person one bill, because I mean everyone inside this walled garden, so all of his family.
Well, I mean that is what they do. Like there's one credit card that's on the package, and then anyone within the family, if they want to buy something, gets charged that card.
Yeah, I mean all Apple users. Because you know the walled garden only so big. You know?
Well, maybe that's why they were. Anyway, no, that's a little too much shade. I'm not gonna go there.
Oh man!
Don't hate on our garden.
All I say is y'all in a garden, you know. I ain't say it's a terrible garden, you know. I'm pretty sure the garden is beautiful. I'm pretty sure it's well taken care of. It's very green,
like
you know. You've got butterflies flying all over the
I feel
place.
like it's full of white and
walls.
green.
Yeah, white walls, white buildings.
White homes.
Yeah, white clothes.
Oh man.
The occasional unicorn.
Oh man.
But
Niggas, don't look like y'all black people out there. Sorry, dude.
oh Jesus! Why did you have to go there? Why did you even have to go there?
Oh man.
Vicky's just like there, just like with this quiet smile, like, yeah, you son of a bitch.
Just saying.
I joined that garden at a young age. Oh
Just
man.
at a young age.
Oh, so they had time to condition you.
They got me from iPods. Cheers.
So sad. I mean, I feel so sorry for you. Anyways, y'all be fine.
The ecosystem is life.
Yeah, see, even
I
that's
mean, if
Apple
they
making the
feed
little
y'all,
noises for now.
That's all y'all know. I mean, y'all getting y'all oatmeal for breakfast every day.
Oh, I like oatmeal.
Yeah, see? There you go. Your vegan lunch. sandwiches and your, vegan dinners.
Anyway.
Like, honestly, like, Apple products are literally, like, the best things for vegans. Like, for real. You can't get anything else if you're a vegan.
So why can't vegans have Androids?
Androids use animal byproducts. Like,
what?
95% of Androids have animal byproducts. And the chips that they use. Apple makes all their own chips. Apple is completely vegan.
Look how Chris would make some. Look how Chris would make some vegan still with their phone.
Samsung makes Apple's chips.
Yeah, but Apple had, well, I don't know if they still do it, but I know when Steve Jobs was around, he...
Rest his soul.
Yeah, I know. He completely changed their work line and their workshop, and he made sure that they would not allow any part that they use contain animal byproducts. So they down to the chips, like they were serious about that. So Samsung may very well be making them, but they probably gave Samsung like whatever specifications we need them made to the specification. Samsung's like, okay, sure, we are making the specification. Here's how much we'll charge you. It's not hard to do.
I have a hard time figuring out what animal byproduct would probably end up in a phone, though. For the mechanical part of it.
There's glue. There's they used to do stuff for chips. They used to use like bones and stuff like that. For chips, it's
bones.
We use every part of an animal. Like we break it down chemically and we use it. Like you have to remember that. Like some animals have like toxins and like different kind of stuff. Like there are a lot of things that comes in from animals. So
that means after they killed the person to make food, they let the extra body parts go to waste. They put that to use.
No, we don't waste anything.
This poor animal. Oh my God.
This poor animal, you rather just waste it? Like, you rather die in vain. That's what you rather. Okay, yeah, we just killed it.
Like leave it on the street or something. Don't
what?
kill it.
No,
don't kill it.
I rather reuse it. It's already dead. We're gonna kill it anyway because we're gonna eat it. So it doesn't matter at this point. Like we're gonna eat it. This how nature works. Yeah.
I just realized something.
Other animals.
Just from you describing this and looking at Vicky's like reactions, this is exactly what you were talking about, Chris. Like,
yeah, I know. I
know. She's portraying it so well.
That's why I brought it up.
Vicky, how do you feel like actually realizing that now?
I didn't even realize that. I feel left out. I mean, even though they kind of died from people eating them, and it's actually kind of. It's like a 50-50. It's like, I don't know if I'd rather you guys kill it in ways. Actually, no. I'd rather them to kill the animal and use all the parts instead of wasting it. But then at the same time, I don't really want them to kill the animal.
Does it make you feel like going vegan?
So what do you want to do? You want to go to Africa and then stop all the lions?
I can't give up. I can't give up sushi. I can't lie.
What? Like, what do you mean you don't want them to kill animals?
Oh, it'd be so mean.
Anyway, apparently Alexa, Amazon's Alexa, that is, not calling any other Alexas out there.
But you just trigger off people Alexa so much just now.
Well, I didn't say hey Alexa.
Hey Alexa. Doesn't matter.
This
say a
dude.
name and she'll respond to it. You don't need to say hey. You can literally just say Alexa. And she'll pop up.
Oh well, sorry about that, guys. But apparently she's doing a little bit of a early Halloween.
It's not even a person.
But
hey,
they have
this is how the robots are gonna take over.
They already have.
No, they haven't. Not yet. They're not even self-aware.
They're becoming self-aware. Well, to a certain degree.
They're not close to self-awareness.
But apparently Alexa has been having a fit of creepy laughter. Some people are reporting. Some people are saying that it's because it was being picked up on words that sounded like Alexa laugh, which, like, someone was saying that it's patio off, and it mistook that as laugh. Then there are people who were like 20 feet away, and then it just started randomly laughing, and anyone who has access to it is like in a completely different room.
It's kind of creepy.
It's paranormal, obviously.
Yep.
Obviously, it's paranormal. There's no other explanation. Like, why would there be some technical, logical, like a bug? It's definitely not a bug. It's definitely paranormal, though.
But why is this bug just like kicking in months later?
It's paranormal. It's not a bug.
But usually you get stuff like this like in the first couple months to sort out.
No. See, because Alexa's becoming like more widespread now, people have haunted houses and are buying these things, and so because it's so cheap now. So now it's these like haunted places, like it's like the paranormal is affecting it, and like all these people, they live in haunted houses. They should probably move. If your Alexa laughs, just move.
I'm mad, Chris. How about this thing already plot out?
I know, right? Like what?
Watch, listen. I can guarantee you, some horror movie is gonna come out where the focus is on the voice assistant, and everyone in their Grammy they saying that this is the most scariest horror movie ever. I just can't wait. I cannot wait. And I hope they partner with Google or Amazon or everyone, and they do like marketing campaigns where they have their stuff just do that kind of stuff just from the devices themselves. They probably won't, because people start like legitimately throwing them away, but I'd probably stop buying them. But it would be a great marketing campaign for the horror movie.
That would, when you really think about it. Like, you're in your bed, and this is actually what someone on Twitter was saying happened to them. But you're in your bed, about to fall asleep, when Alexa
then, your
turns out.
Whisper to you.
And then, if I remember correctly, there was one person who said that for them it gave out this creepy witch-like laugh. And then in the morning, they freaked it out. They unplugged their Alexa. In the morning, they turned it back on, and were going through the different sounds to see if it could have been any of those. And they said that none of the sounds sounded anything like the laughter that happened that night before.
I told you, paranormal. And in the horror movie, what can happen is they can, like, the speaker starts saying like a bunch of stuff, the person can freak out and they go unplug it, right? And then it'll shut off. And they'll be like,
start speaking again.
And yeah, a second they start walking to like leave the room, they start speaking again.
And I can see like the camera zooming in on the.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Oh man!
Like we don't need to be all the way cheesy with this movie.
Well,
movies.
There was that thing that I sent you guys earlier today about the Panasonic fridge, like it coming, like running towards you, like when you call it.
Yeah, but that person was saying when they were high though, which like that could like legit be a real thing for you. They're not like saying like in a movie setting. So
I was like the fridge is like the highlight of laziness. Oh man, we about to be so lazy in the future.
What are you talking about? That's all we try to do is decrease the amount of work we have to do. Like that's literally our one thing that we've consistently done in life. That's
yeah.
We're about to be lazy.
Yeah.
We made cars so we don't have to walk.
Yeah. There's quite literally a video that was out, I think maybe like...
Literally every invention we've made was to make our life easier.
Yeah. Like, just maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, there was a guy, in this video, he was sitting in a lazy boy on the corner of a street at the stoplight. It turns green for him to walk across. He pulls down the lever and the frig, it has its own wheels and a motor. And he's just jetting down the street on the sidewalk in a lazy boy.
We've made self-driving cars so we don't have to drive.
I like those self-driving cars so they could stay.
Me too. I like all of our technology. I like everything can stay. Like it's great. We made voice assistant speakers so we can talk to them and tell them to do stuff. Like we could tell them, hey, turn off the lights, so we don't have to get up to turn off the light. Like this is the pinnacle.
Oh, you had the little clap thing.
No, that's retarded. Who clapped it? Like,
time out. Chris probably thought this was Deadpool when he was younger.
No, I never did. I never did. I like maybe for a split second I was like, oh, you can clap and it'll do. I will never use that. I will never use that. Never. Maybe for a split second, but no, I was never interested. I was more interested in the sticky ones, you know, like the ones you stick them and then you just press them and they turn on. I was more interested.
Oh, those.
I remember those ones.
Yeah, I was more interested in those than the clapping ones. The clapping ones, I was like, no. I could just see like a clap is such a weird sound, and like anything can sound like a clap. So you're like just be going on and off for no reason, and it's like, no, come on. Like you drop some, you like turn off, and then you can't pick it up. They have to like clap again to like turn on. That's just too much. This seems more like more of a hassle than a convenience to me. The clapping lights.
I wonder how well that would do if they came back today.
Terrible. You have voices.
Yeah.
It's like I need to be able to tell the lights to turn on. Clap? No, fam.
Yeah, I think telling an assistant, it gives people like that. Oh, it is because more like a personal touch instead of just clapping.
That was your light start talking to you saying, lights dimming now.
That's supposed to be a thing too, I could see it.
Turning to a romantic mode.
I mean, that's smart speakers, they'll just start replying to you. I can't wait till we get smart OSs. Oh man. Oh, please.
I thought our operating system was supposed to be smart.
No, like completely. Did you watch her?
Yes. Oh,
That's
you mean like
OS.
that? Well, I mean that's more like an assistant. It didn't quite seem like OS to me. I mean, yes, on the movie they said OS, but it seemed more like just an assistant.
That has AI. Yeah.
Yeah, like Google Assistant has AI and some
Except
assistant.
it's way more like personable because you can talk to it, take it everywhere, and like builds off of you, and it's your OS. It's not an app on your OS. It literally is your OS. That's a very big thing. That's
I can still see it end up being like just an app eventually.
No, I could see it being like literally a full-blown OS. I can't wait. Smart OSs. That's the future.
What do you think, Vicky? Is it app or OS?
I think they may test with the OS first, and if the OS doesn't take off the way they want it, they're going to change it into an app.
It's an app now.
So you think it's going to go reverse, whereas it's an app now, and then as the years go by, it's going to progress into OS.
It's going to become like something that's built into the OS. At that point, you have a smart OS.
You hold this on you?
Okay, yeah. When you say it like that, Chris... Wait, what?
Yeah, would you ask, Vicky?
I was saying that I'm going to hold this to you, and in the future, we'll see what happens.
It's bound to get built into the OS at this point. It's only a matter of time. And once it gets built into the OS, then you have a smart OS, because it's a part of the OS.
Question is, who's going to have it first?
That's the question.
Yeah, because I think that's what everyone's trying to get towards right now.
And I'm not going to count it until it hits desktop. So, yeah, they could build it into the mobile OS as much as they like. But when we see laptops and computers got it, oh man, that's the dream. That's the dream.
Wait, hold on, Chris. Are you thinking of like those anime versions of these desktops where the little girl comes on the screen? It's like, hey, and then goes into your mobile.
Japan is gonna have it where you can connect it to your little waifu in a jar thing. So I'm pretty sure they'll be able to, that'll eventually be a thing in Japan. I don't know if it's gonna come to the West. That's like, I don't know, Japanese are weird.
More than likely, there will be people who have it over here as well.
Yeah, because they went to Japan to get it. Not because they sell it over here as like a main product. Like you're not able to go in the store and just pick it up.
That is true, yeah. So, kind of delving away from that and the whole waifu thing. YouTube has apparently Well, YouTube and Instagram are working on some interesting camera features. YouTube is apparently trying to gather a green screen type of effect for their creators, so that instead of having like a wall behind them, it pretty much will be able to display anything, much like how we do on desktop computers and laptops and stuff like that now. And Instagram is working on a knockoff version of iPhone's portrait mode, which I don't know how well it's actually going to work. They did manage to do the whole force touch thing first as a knockoff, so maybe. But what do you guys think about those?
I was actually wondering how long it was going to take Instagram to actually do it, because I know back when they first launched, like way back in the day, and they had like the little blue bar at the top and not this white one that they have now. When they had their old branding, they had like this feature where you can set like a radial blur, and it would be, and that like whatever you have like the circle on, that would be clear, and everything else on the side would be like blurred. So they could probably take that feature and then manipulate it to match like the portrait one.
Yeah, but portrait's supposed to be. Isn't portrait light? Sorry, but isn't portrait lighting supposed to be like adding lighting to the face and then?
Oh, it's going to be portrait lighting. It's not going to be the portrait mode where it's just like.
Well, I mean, is there really a difference?
Portrait mode does several things. It deducts the subject from the background, and then it will blur the background while keeping the subject intact, and then it will also provide additional lighting for the subject, only the subject and not the
background.
So it kind of mimics field of depth. So it's not really blurring, it's mimicking field of depth.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, yeah, so we have no idea what it actually is supposed to look like. It's going to be different than the regular photo, like the camera side that they use, so you're going to have to swipe across. We don't know what this final form will look like, so that's great. Thank you for even... That's Frieza. But yeah, apparently they're just talking about it. Isn't live yet. We can shoot with an option and then upload that. The shutter mode would be exclusive to Stories camera, allowing users to shoot stylized portraits with bokeh effect, blurred backgrounds, and other lighting effects, according to TechCrunch. Yeah. I don't know. Like you'd think most. Okay, let me put it like this. If they can reproduce the full gambit of what the iPhone does with its portrait mode, then maybe we could just use that on Android devices instead and not worry about these other apps that would be doing it.
Or just buy a Pixel.
Well, I mean, the Pixel does regular portrait and blurring and stuff like that with bokeh, but it doesn't have like the dynamic lighting or the taking out of the back or anything like that.
Yeah.
So I think
if we can do that with proper AI, then yes.
Yeah.
If it's gonna do it,
Pixel 3.
if it's gonna do it to like Apple's level, where they still have like some issues with it, then nah. If they're gonna do it properly, then yeah.
Of course they're gonna do it properly.
I want them to do it properly.
That portrait mode, like literally, they're like, "Hey, guess what, guys? We don't need 2 cameras. Portrait mode." And I'm like, "What?" And it worked. It worked.
I mean, he's kind of got a point, but
I have faith in them because their AI is the most sophisticated AI that we've seen yet. So
it will be interesting to see.
I have faith that if they do it, they will do it very well. Now, whether they do it or not, I don't know. I'll be up to them. We'll see with the Pixel 3, because they're probably gonna try to, knowing them, they're probably going to try to push it as a feature of the Pixel 3.
Probably.
And then they'll roll it out later to like other Pixel devices, and then later to other Android devices.
Yeah.
Other Pixel devices. Only the Pixel one.
But then this leads me to the next thing that apparently people are talking about by digging up into the code of Instagram. Apparently Instagram, for their DM section, I think, is going to enable for voice and video calls as well, which seems like a real stretch considering everything that Facebook's doing.
What's it going to be?
Well, it's a stretch for me because you've already got these other features on these other things. Okay, sure, there are people that use...
Instagram is still its own entity.
Yep, they got to pick up the slack from us. It's Snapchat backed off.
Just because Facebook owns them doesn't mean that it's Facebook. It's not Facebook. It's just owned by Facebook, but it's still its own company. Instagram is still a separate company. Well, a different company from Facebook. And they offer a different product from Facebook. And if they want to keep their users happy, then they have to improve their stuff. So...
But then, isn't that taking away from the core of what Instagram's really supposed to be meant for?
No.
Posting photos.
Exactly.
Unless the video calling and voice chat is going to link in with their... I know there was a rumor where they're going to be separating the DM messages to like its own separate app, separating it from the main app. So that's going to be like a plus that they're going to add to that if it's going to be tied in to like the separate DM app.
I mean,
I don't
maybe
see how adding video chat and voice takes away from looking at people's pictures when they post it. All it does is give you another option of communicating with the people who you have following you and you have followed, like who you're mutually following. That's it. You can now send voice notes over messages when you're DMing them, and you can video chat with them, which a lot of people use Instagram purely for messaging, what I've said before. Like, that's a fact. A lot of people use Instagram purely just for messaging. And the whole pictures thing is a side thing to them. That's the users we're talking about. So who gives a damn what Instagram wants? Instagram is looking after their users, and they're going to always do whatever they feel their users want best and will attract more users to them. So if that means they have to bolster up their messages, which for a lot of people using Instagram for messages, which they are, then they're going to have to start improving that and making sure that they keep people, especially when you have competitors like WhatsApp, which is a sister company to them at this point, but it's still a competitor nonetheless.
I see it as a means of it becoming bloated in a sense. Facebook already has this problem. Facebook Messenger has this problem. Instagram's now starting to develop the problem.
I don't know. I don't see. I wouldn't call that bloat because, like I said, it's to me, video chat and voice chat to me is a necessity in any messaging platform. To me, it's a basic and it's a fundamental at this point. For you to come up with a messaging program and you don't have video chat or voice chat, I'm just like video chat or voice messages at the least. Voice messages, it's just like, nah, fam, I'm sticking with WhatsApp. Why would I come over to you? And at this point, Instagram has realized that a significant number of their, keep saying this because it's true, a significant number of their users use their app primarily for messages. Therefore, they have to upgrade their messaging system. They just have to if they want to keep those users and they want to attract more people to use their service. Like, that's just what they have to do. So it's just a natural thing that they just have to go about. Like, this was inevitable. The second so many people started using Instagram purely for messaging, like, it's crazy. Like, I don't even use Instagram, and there are people who only message me on Instagram. Like, I don't even use it. I don't even use Instagram. Like, I barely use it, and they still have people who, like, they just message me on Instagram, and I'm just like, why are you get my WhatsApp? Why are you messaging me on Instagram? Like, I think that's myself. Why are you doing that? But they just do. So I mean, it's like legitimately a thing, and their messaging right now is very bare bones, very bare bones.
Because it was an afterthought. Quite literally, yeah, Instagram never had it. People made their own DMs.
Now, guess what? It can't be afterthought anymore. So now they're putting effort into it. That's what you do as a company. That's how you grow. So
Yeah, but they only did it because people were making their own apps. So just like you logged in with Instagram, and it automatically picked up your username, made it for you, and then you could chat with other people on Instagram.
Yeah. So if their users are doing this, shouldn't they want to cater to their users? Isn't that what a good company does? Make their users happy?
At the same time, people never took it more than that.
They are. That's okay. The only reason you can't take it more than that is because the software doesn't let you do that. I can't be like, oh yeah, let me video chat you on Instagram. I can't because Instagram doesn't allow that. So let me leave Instagram, go to WhatsApp, and let me video chat you on WhatsApp. Let me leave Instagram and go to iMessages, and then we could voice out over that. Like that's what they don't want. They don't want no service once their users leaving that service if they don't have to. And so if most of your users are using this thing to message each other, how can I improve their messaging so they don't go elsewhere and they continue using us to message each other so we can keep you on this and so we can get you. If you're messaging us all the time and then someone say, hey, look what I posted, whatever, you're going to go over and look what they posted. Someone posted a story, guess what? You're ready on the app, you're going to go and you're going to check the story. That's what they want. They want to keep people on the app. So if they see this upsurge and people just using this message, like people just DMing, they're going to want to bolster it. Twitter's doing the same thing because Twitter seems like a lot of people DM on Twitter. So Twitter realized we have to improve this part of our site that people constantly use. That's what you do when you grow. That's why you have analytics on your stuff. So you can tell that, okay, here's what my users are doing. They really seem to love this. We need to improve this to keep them happy, keep them coming back. And so when more people come, when they see this, they're happy, they stay. It's all natural part of growth in a company. So I don't.
I get the whole stickiness thing, but at some point, people are gonna get tired of having to keep switching between different things.
Yeah, that's why Instagram is trying to build up their messaging so people don't have to switch. People can just stay on Instagram.
That's not just gonna happen though.
I know, but again, that's why. Okay.
There's only so much stickiness that can actually happen.
If people are already switching, then your whole point of people aren't going to want to switch is moot because it doesn't matter. Because people are already switching. So all Instagram is saying is, look here, a bunch of people using our messages. We want to improve this. We want to improve this part of our service for them. We want to improve this functionality for them because a lot of them are using it. Like if that's like you playing this game, this online game, and you're like, oh man, trading really sucks. And but everyone likes to trade. Everyone likes to trade. So guess what? You have to improve the trading. Like you have this small little part of your thing that no one really uses. Like you thought, put it in an afterthought. Oh, this would be kind of cute. You put it in there. Turns out 50% of your users are actively using this thing constantly. In fact, 30% of them only interact with this part of your service. And it's a small little afterthought. You know what you're gonna do? You're going to start pumping money into that. You're going to start putting developers on there to say, hey, we need to improve this. We need to make this better. Or you're going to start asking some of your customers, your users, hey, what can we do to improve this to make this better for you guys? So it can hopefully encourage even more people to start using this and more people to start using the whole service. Like, that's what you want. That is how you attract more people. Like, you attract people not just with marketing, but with improving what you have and what you see your users liking and using a lot. Like if you use this, like a store has this little thing. They're like, okay, the store sells let's just say it sells toys, and on top of that, they're like, we'll put a little bit of candy in the front, because kids like candy. They find out that they're constantly being sold out of candy. You know what they can do? They can start buying more candy. That's what they can do. And they start offering more candy, more variety of candy too. That's all Instagram is doing. Instagram just realized, yeah, we had a little thing there so you can message each other. But man, you guys using this a lot. You know what? We're gonna offer you some more. We're gonna offer you more capabilities, more power, so you can, talk to and communicate with the people you're trying to communicate with better. That's it. I can't knock them for that. I think that's a very smart thing to do as a company. In fact, that's how you stay ahead of the game. That's how you kill people like Snapchat.
It's Snapchat kill itself.
Snapchat killed itself with that one.
Instagram killed Snapchat.
Yeah.
Snapchat didn't do anything to help themselves, but Instagram that was a bad blow. That was very bad. I don't think Snapchat would have been as bad as where they are now had Instagram not do that.
Instagram picked up on their slack.
And then slap themselves in the foot and face with a
Not really. Instagram's still going strong. Instagram isn't losing.
I'm not talking about Instagram. I mean Snapchat.
Snapchat.
Because then with that whole redesign thing, so.
Oh yeah. Listen, Snapchat got too cocky. They released that little hot dog, and they were like, "Oh yeah, man! If we could get people to freak out of a hot dog, we could conquer this world."
And that hot dog was cute.
Nah, Snapchat. It was a fluke. Sorry. Snapchat tries so hard. Oh man, I like Snapchat. Just die, man. Oh man, just die, please.
But that's it for this week's episode of Tech Talk. Actually, we've run out of time. We've actually gone over time. Woo-hoo. And
oh no, I mean,
we've gone over by like 12 minutes.
12 minutes.
I'd like to thank everyone that decided to come into today's show, even though some of his Jay Brucifer, I know some of his messages got deleted. Sorry about that. I'd like to thank my co-hosts for coming on, Vicquell and Chris.
No problem.
You're welcome.
And again, feel free, if you're listening via podcast, to come on to the actually when we're streaming the show, which is on Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or if you want to watch it on YouTube, whenever we edit them and put them up, which is generally on sometime between Thursday and Sunday. Or feel free to jump inside the Twitch channel whenever we're doing a game stream. I'd also like to say thanks to Jay Blumpkin for following. But yeah, until next time, take care.